Okay, so this lesson we're going to work on our dice, and you've got a complete one here, and you can see that it's got a curved edge, and we want to try and create that. So I'm going to demonstrate on a fresh cube, so you can see here that I've got one that's got no dots in, and you're going to do this between two faces that have already had their dots put in. Okay, so go to your vise, open your vise up. When you've got your vise open enough to put your dice cube in, you're going to put it in like this, okay, between the two faces that are complete. You're going to work on that edge between them. You're going to put it into the vise so it's like the peak of a house, and then we're going to tighten the vise up, and you want it sticking above the vise about 2 centimeters. Then going to take your flat file. You can tell the flat file because it's flat on all its faces. And you can see the teeth of the file run diagonally. So when we put the file onto our work, we need to make sure we're moving it forwards and backwards, and we're holding it at an angle like this. So we're keeping our file nice and flat because we want to take off this top corner like this. And you can see that I'm using this hand just to keep it level and flat. So I'm going to show you that from another angle, but what I want you to notice is that the file's running up to about here, so it's past the edge or the top, and then it's running back to about here, so it's past the bottom edge or corner as well. So we're getting all the way along that edge. So I'm going to show you this from another angle. Okay, so you should be able to see from this other angle that my file, nice and flat across the top, just to remove that edge and flatten it out. Okay, so you should now see that we've got two new edges created by taking off that first edge. So the next thing we need to do is take our dice cube and move it slowly to the right or the left so it's at a new angle, so we can take off this next edge or next corner. Okay, so then the third stage is we want to undo our vise, turn it slightly over to the other side, tighten it again, and we're keeping it another sort of 2 centimeters still, 2-3 centimeters above the top of our vise, so we're not filing the table. And we want to take off this other edge. Okay, now we want to undo our vise, raise it up to where we had it in the first position, tighten it again, and now we need to multitask. So we're going to move from where we were here, and we're going to file at the same time to when we're on to this side. Okay, so we're going to move between this position and this position whilst we're filing, and that's going to start to remove all of the little corners that we've created by filing it at different positions. Keep checking with your fingers to feel what you've done. So now we've finished with the file, we've got a nice rounded edge, and now we need to smooth this with sandpaper or abrasive paper, and I'll show you that now. Okay, so we've filed the edge nice and round, and then we're going to take some medium grade sandpaper or abrasive paper, and the medium grade you can tell because it's green, and we're going to now start to smooth this edge by removing any rough surface texture. And you want to, whilst you're sanding, focus on trying to get that shape. So we want to be sanding this on its flat face, but also moving the sandpaper around that edge. Okay, again, keep checking with your finger to see what you're doing. Okay, when you're finished with the medium grade sandpaper, you next need to move to the finer sandpaper, which you can tell it's yellow, and this is number 240. So as the numbers go up, this one's about 180. As the numbers get higher, the sandpaper gets smoother. Okay, now when I run my finger over that, it's lovely and smooth. It's a nice even curve from top to bottom. It's got no jagged bits in it, it's not scratched. So you'd need to do that to all of your edges between the faces that are finished. But I imagine this lesson you're probably going to be working after you've done one edge on just finishing off the last holes that you need to drill and fill. Okay, good luck.